Hello guys, welcome to a brand new video. Today we're looking at a modded livery that I created for a specific season mod that unfortunately isn't going to see the light of day on this game. But some of the cars were fantastic and came out incredibly well. So we're going to look at a few of the cars in the coming videos. This one is Michael Schumacher's Ferrari from 05, 06, those kind of seasons. But with racing around Germany, you'll see a lot of cars, a lot of different cars on the grid throughout the history of Formula One. The Brawn, for example, just there, as well as the McLaren that Senna and Prost drove. Also got the Williams that Mansell and PK drove as well. So you'll see a lot of familiar cars throughout the eras. It's sad that this mod won't be made into a series like it was supposed to, but when it comes out on 2019 with the work I'll put in, it'll be it'll be amazing, and hopefully within the first few months it'll be up there and it'll be out in the open. But so yeah, looking at this car as a whole, it's a very similar design to the one that was used in the 2005 season mod that a lot of the content creators actually ended up putting in to doing that. So myself, Kine, JB, Dimasar, there was a list of modders who actually constructed that, and we recreated the car and put it into 2018. Well, you're probably thinking, hold up, how have you not got the halo in F1 2018? Same with the other cars, where's the halo gone? But luckily for us, we can actually import the 2017 car models into the game, which is the result that you're seeing now with the two Renaults and obviously Lewis Hamilton's McLaren on the left-hand side. So that was pretty cool that we was able to get that fixed and sorted, and it's just a better experience as a whole, not racing with the halo, and in some cases it does look a lot better. It felt really weird not driving with the halo for sure, but at the same time it was quite nice. You didn't have a lot of obstruction, you could just see straight and clear, no issues like that. But it was definitely for sure a change. There's a few there is a few issues with this car. There isn't a finished version. A few of these cars I've still got things to be finished on, as the first build that obviously I sent out, that wasn't even able to be played on, unfortunately. But these things happen. I'm just looking forward to when it can actually get played, which will be absolutely awesome, to say the least. But you can see just ahead of us now, we've got Sebastian Vettel in his Red Bull. We passed a few cars early on in the race. It's coming up to the back of the Mercedes as well as Vettel. So the Mercedes we passed before, we're going to pass another Mercedes, and they're going to crash. We're not going to entertain that. We're going to completely go the other way. But it was a very challenging mod to make this, but it was so fun to go through all the cars. The next video, which will be the Red Bull, it was difficult to say the least, but it was so much fun to actually make. With, I believe it was the 2010 Red Bull, if memory serves me correctly, but at the same time, that's obviously on the game with the actual chassis that it's on and stuff like that. But obviously doing it like this, if you implemented a 2010 chassis and the rest of 2017, it would look questionable, to say the least. They don't work very well with the tyres, etc. But it is nice to have a variety of cars. I won't be making a video on all the cars, there's not much point. Just the ones that obviously I enjoyed and I feel like look really, really cool. And obviously this Ferrari, it's on any chassis, it's going to look cool. Post 2017 at least anyway, because beforehand they just looked horrific on the cars with the small rear wings and whatnot. But you can see we're coming up to the back of PK in that iconic Williams livery. Now that was probably one of the most difficult ones I did, just because of how the paint is on the car. I'm not sure what chassis I used. I believe I used the Williams. I'm pretty sure you guys are going to be moaning at me in the comment description that, oh, the Ferrari's on the Williams chassis again. And I've said it before in my last Ferrari video I did of the 2019 livery. It's just the easiest one to use. It just is. Like, the Williams chassis has got so much you can do with it, but at the same token, 2019's Williams, when it comes out, I got a feeling that's not going to be used very much. So that'll be the end of the Williams era of chassis usage, which is a shame on the modern games at least, because that's what we used all the time, and for us, it's what worked the best. So you can see we're actually closing up to Webber. So we started P20, come lap 13, we've caught up right to the back of him, which is, in all honesty, it's fantastic, because this was the first time racing in a very long time on Formula 1. The last time I think the race was like 2 weeks before. So I was quite surprised that I actually managed to keep pace. Obviously, you know, being a Ferrari, our teammate is out in front by quite a margin, Alberto Ascari. But at the same time, you know, it's just nice to be able to jump back in and just be relatively quick. Obviously, we're not as quick as our teammates, so that's not great. But in comparison to the Red Bulls, at least, you know, we're on the pace, and it looks like we're going to get past Webber. Maybe not this lap, but definitely the next lap at least. Hopefully into turn 1 or just before we hit turn 2. But it's difficult to say. Like, in regards of 2019 modding, I know the helmets are completely different. The chassis, they're going to be interesting to see what we can do, especially with the F2 incorporated. F2 is going to be interesting. I got a feeling that chassis is going to be completely open, but obviously it looks nothing like an F1 car, where the 2019 multiplayer one will be like an F1 car, which is what, if we can get that working, it'll be perfect. But at the same token, exporting textures isn't going to be easy. Usually, for those who don't know, who maybe thinks, why can't you just put a file on a car and it works? Well, we have to wait for the certain software we use, and unfortunately that takes time. The person who makes it or updates it started back in F1 2015 with the ERP archive when this new format came in, and obviously we use the same program today, just updated, and there's not really much we can do until that's updated. So that really does come down to when the creator actually wants to update it and stuff like that. Like, in some cases we might be able to import a texture, but in terms of exporting, forget about it. Like, it's not going to happen. That's what happened last year. We could put things in, but we couldn't take things out, and without taking things out we can't really do anything. Now, I use a software called 3D Sim. What it does, it takes the 3D models of the cars, puts them in little window, and you can dissect them and change them and stuff like that. That'll probably be the best way to do the liveries. That doesn't work for helmets, unfortunately. However, you know, we've got some talented people here who will manage to get the helmets out. They always do every year. But again, that obviously comes down to when the software's developed and stuff like that. So don't expect any massive mods straight out the box. That's why I've left the modded career mode on a note to come back to once we can mod, because I've got really interesting things and really good things planned for that. So it'll just be like a normal career mode. Maybe I can sneak a helmet in or something like that, but there's no point getting excited for this, that and the other. There's a few things I want to do, especially with the Vloche stuff. I'm really excited to get that stuff into the game, the whole team package and everything like that. But I know it's going to take a while, which is probably the most annoying thing. But we'll have to see how that goes and where that goes as well with Vloche. But we'll have to see how the game is first of all. If the game's awful, then I can imagine a lot of people going back to this. But with the new F2 in it, I can't see that happening. But loads of things planned for F1 2019. You can probably tell if you made it this far that it sounds a lot different. Well, I was at work and I was like, I'm just going to get a better mic, because the last mic I've had it for quite a while, to be fair, a good couple years, and I just figured it was due an upgrade, and straight out of the box I could hear the difference, and I'm hoping you guys can too. Just another way I can try and improve the quality that I'm putting out, at the very least, just so you guys enjoy a little bit more. I certainly will enjoy a lot more if I don't sound like a bottlenose dolphin when listening back to my audio. And that's been it from this video, guys. The next one will be rather the same, just talking about stuff to do with modding and the game like that. But I hope you enjoyed the livery, and I'll see you in the next video, guys. Until then, take care. Bye bye.